Whew, my goodness. Can you guys hear me? Wow, what an end to the game. Mattia Zaccagni. Mattia Zaccagni saving Italy's ass, getting the draw that we needed, the draw that I predicted, but we were nowhere near as comfortable as I thought we would be in securing this draw. Croatia played very, very well. Italy played well in some parts and not well in some other parts, but in the end, we just about made it, guys. We just about made it, and we are qualifying in second spot. Let me just get up the group to give you the visual representation. But oh my goodness, I think you guys can see I'm still like sweating. I mean, it's actually a hot day in England, believe it or not. It's been hot the last few days. And when it's hot in England, it's weird, even though it's only 26 degrees. It's a different type of heat, and especially these houses are not made for heat; they just retain heat. But even if it wasn't hot, I would have been sweating from this Italy team because it's PAZZA. It's not. I know I always, this is an Inter channel normally, but this Italy with 5 Inter players in it at one point today are like PAZZA Inter, but PAZZA Italia, because they made us sweat right up until literally almost the last kick of the game with that Zaccagni goal. And yes, thank you, Mattia, for reminding the people on this journey. I think I've reacted, not a live reaction. I think to the Albania game, I did a post-game reaction recorded, but I tried to react to every single game in this Euro, especially for Italy. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And if you are not new to the channel, you should know to hit that like button. And yes, Joseph, bro, yikes. Yikes is the right word, but also some it's nice like to end it like that. If we imagine if we scored like in the first few minutes, it's kind of like just a different feeling, isn't it? We had a chances as well. I think Italy, if you look at it objectively, like Croatia obviously played a good game, kept the ball well, but Italy had probably, if you look at the chances, those 2 Bastoni chances, one from the corner and one from that Barella cross, which was, Bastoni should have scored, especially the Barella cross. Scamacca at the end, I don't know how he didn't connect. Like we had our chances. Obviously, they had the penalty, but I think if you look at it overall, I think Italy did slightly edge when it comes to the chance creation, but Croatia controlled the game very, very well. I've lost all credit with friends because I said how good oh my goodness, Di Marco is making us look real bad, I'm a big Di Marco fan, but I don't rate him as high. Some Interisti say, he's the best left back in the world and all these types of things, which this is the, when people talk about a player has to be the best player in his position, I always say, okay, the league in his, his local league, but is he showing in the Champions League? Is he showing at international level? And yeah, Di Marco hasn't really shown it this tournament at all. Very, very disappointing. And yeah, he's not been helped by Spalletti playing him, full 90 minutes. Today he was subbed off, even though he's supposed to be a doubt for today's game, and he still forced him through. You could tell that he wasn't fully fit, but it's not been a great tournament from Di Marco. What a goal at the end. At least you guys got through. Yeah, thank you, Dougie. Thank you for coming through, and make sure you check out the Dugout Football channel as well. He makes football content. He's a Scottish fan. Unfortunately, I actually predicted. I blame my boy for that one though, because if you guys watch my Euro 2024 preview stream, I think we put Scotland second, but that's because my boy just gassed me on that one. If you remember, Dougie. We wanted to do some edgy prediction, but it didn't work out. But condolences to you guys. At least your fans, those Scottish fans, were amazing. The Scottish fans were amazing. What a beauty! Yeah, it was a beautiful goal. Let me see if I can get like a still image of it. Obviously, I can't get the video because otherwise I'll get copyrighted instantly. Oh yeah, maybe I can take just a screenshot. Beautiful run by Calafiori. You see here, if I bring it up, beautiful ball, run through the middle, passes it off to Zaccagni, and then I've actually bookmarked it. Someone said, beautiful, comparison, Del Piero, 2006, Germany, andiamo a Berlino, and then 2024, Zaccagni, and we are going to Berlino. That's what this tweet says. So I'm guessing our game against Switzerland will be in Berlin. So lovely little. Obviously, we're not going on. Well, very unlikely to go on and win the Euros. But nice little, moment of comparison. That same type of finish from Del Piero, from Zaccagni, and he's got this in his bag. We know Zaccagni is a good winger. I'm happy for him. Mancini never used to call him up because there was that between Zaccagni and Zaniolo. There was this off the pitch gossip, rumor, drama about, I think Zaccagni was with Zaniolo's ex, or Zaniolo is with Zaccagni's ex. I can't remember. I don't really keep up with it, but I know it was like a whole big debacle in the Italian media, in the tabloids. I think like fans even used to sing like, Zaniolo's son, or no, Zaccagni's son is Zaniolo's, and like stuff like that. So Mancini, I think for like, group chemistry reasons, didn't used to call Zaccagni up at all. And he deserved it. But then now Spalletti calls him up when his form at Lazio probably didn't deserve it too much. But then again, who really, outside of Orsolini, I don't really see who else was like, really an option out there. But I'm happy for Zaccagni. He's a good winger. He's a good winger. And very, very good finish. Very, very good finish, from that angle. Lovely. No, you can see Livakovic is also already on that side. Like, he's covering that far post. But he just really, really curls it into that top corner beautifully. Really, really nice goal. Really, really nice. And that celebration at the end, every teammate jumping on him because they know. And even Spalletti, you see Spalletti started running. He started running in slow motion. I was like, please stop the guy. He's going to get a heart attack. Although Spalletti is in good shape. And yeah, we need to speak about this, man. I mean, first I need to give credit to Spalletti because he actually did change the formation. I think 99% of Italian fans were saying to Spalletti, like, forget the 4-2-3-1 now, 4-3-3, go to a 3-5-2. The Inter block, plays better in the 3-5-2. Di Marco's more comfortable there. Bastoni's more comfortable there. Darmian's more comfortable there. Barella, Raspadori, it just makes sense. So I'm going to give his credit that I thought he was going to be stubborn and not change anything. But the one thing I was right about, and I said it straight after the Spain game, I said he's going to protect his boy Di Lorenzo. And he did. Di Lorenzo started as a wing back, which I said it even before the Euros, like you cannot be starting either Darmian or Di Lorenzo as wing backs. It has to be Cambiaso or Bellanova if you're really going to play 3-5-2, because Di Lorenzo offers nothing going forward now, and he offered nothing, and he was also at fault for their goal. Let me see if actually I can pull up should we type in scored Modric? See the Modric won player of the match. Oh my god, he's like in tears. Oh my god, this is so ruthless. Why would they do this? Why would they give it to Modric? I don't think he really deserved. I guess because he scored the goal, but I thought actually, we were. I wasn't slandering him, but I saw that Brozovic actually in general was being slandered a lot. And yeah, against Spain he wasn't good, but Brozovic was probably man of the match for Croatia, to be honest. Oh, this is disrespectful, man. Doing Modric like this, he's in tears, and they're giving him this award. I look at him; he's grabbing it with like the tip of his fingers as well, like he just doesn't even want to grab it properly. But yeah, here. Like, what the hell? Di Lorenzo's all the way back here, like just ball watching. Like why is he like that far out? And then he's not there for the rebound either. But I am also going to blame Bastoni a little bit for the goal conceded because he dips. He like goes for the header and he dips under it, which surprises Donnarumma, who then like parries it. And I feel so bad for Donnarumma. Like, he made amazing penalty save. Like, how good was that penalty save? I was saying to my dad, like, Modric is not really a penalty specialist, and Donnarumma is remember from the Euros, he's really good at penalties, and he did come through for us. Amazing save, and he saved the first one, and then like it was just no help. He was just like Donnarumma keeping us alive on his own. It was disgraceful from his teammates. Like usually, especially when you like don't score a penalty, the momentum changes the other way, doesn't it? Like, you know, you miss a penalty and you're just like, oh, still dazed from it, and the other team goes in the attack and, you know, creates something. But it was actually the opposite. It like galvanized Croatia even more, and Italy just went for a walkabout. Really, really poor. Really, really poor. But Donnarumma's proving to be the real kind of shining light of this Euros at the moment. Yeah, I mean, going back to Spalletti and his decision. Yeah, Eduardo, thank you for the donation. Italy became PAZZA Inter with 5 Inter players. That's exactly what I said a few minutes ago. It's exactly what happened. But going back to the formation, I'm pretty happy with the formation that he chose. Outside of Di Lorenzo, as I said, I think Raspadori Retegui made sense. Retegui was so much better in terms of pressing. He was a lot more active than Scamacca was the last few games in terms of off the ball. And then even those half sniffs of chances he had, he was like, you can see, like, you know, if we can just get him like a clear chance that this guy's going to score, but we were just able to do that. But on the other hand, Retegui is almost useless when he's playing with his back to goal. He managed to hardly ever link up with anyone. Lost a lot of the duels in the air against Pongracic and Sutalo. All of his shots were blocked. Just about completed half of his passes. But in general, I liked his like ability to press, at least compared to Scamacca, who was a bit useless when it came to that. What else? I mean, Pellegrini, why did he get subbed off at the 46th minute? I mean, going back to the comment about, you know, Frattesi, why was Pellegrini subbed off at the 46th minute? Not really sure, to be honest. Not really sure. Not too happy about that decision. And then, because Pellegrini was probably one of our better players, to be honest, in the first half. So unless he was injured, I mean, this is a little injury that we don't know about. I don't know why Frattesi was brought on at half time. And yeah, Frattesi had one of those performances. I mean, obviously comes on and then 2 minutes in gives away a penalty with a handball, clear handball. But apart from, oh my goodness. Oh, if you watch me over the season covering Inter, you know, this is a meme moment of when I go into Frattesi's pass percentages. And there's been a few games where it's been just about over 50%, which is very shameful for a midfielder. But today now he's reached new lows. A new low has been reached by Davide Frattesi today with a 40% pass accuracy. My goodness. And then in general, you know, he tried to cause a bit of chaos and, you know, he won a few duels, but yeah, not really sure with that substitution. Who I liked was Fagioli when he came on. Fagioli came on. You can just tell he's much more technical, much neater and tidy on the ball. I think, to be honest, I think I would think about starting Fagioli in the next game. Even ahead of someone like maybe Jorginho, having Barella, Jorginho, and Pellegrini midfield three, because Jorginho actually today he was decent, Jorginho, but we know against, like, he's got some physical limitations. Jorginho, we've been playing, you know, every 3 or 4 days. He's not the most athletic guy already. I liked what I saw from Fagioli, and you know, he was a surprise inclusion by Spalletti. So I'm surprised that he's not thrown him in. Because, you know, this is your wild card. Why would you not throw your wild card in? Like, this is why you called him up, right? Should have started taking Scamacca. Yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, two big guys, you know, you want to probably have that weapon off the bench too. So I can see I would have started my ideal, basically what Spalletti started outside of Di Lorenzo. That was my ideal starting 11. Actually, outside, I would have put maybe Mancini, like a proper centre back, instead of Darmian. And then, yeah, maybe, you know, or even if I did start Darmian, then I definitely would have had Bellanova, someone there. But apart from that, I would have done, because Raspadori was actually pretty decent first half, like linking up in between the spaces, you know, dropping deep, switching play. some decent corners. Even DiMarco's corners weren't very good either, which is the one thing as well. Like, it's just his left foot has not been on form at all. I know, like, I was talking on the Discord chat with Mattia about DiMarco being out of position, but then even when he's got into position, DiMarco's crossing has been atrocious. He's either hit the first guy or like completely misjudged his crosses. Yeah. So, but yeah, in terms of starting 11, this is the one I would have gone with, in my opinion. Maybe bring on Scamacca a little bit earlier. Maybe, yes. Exactly what I expect from Frattesi. I do love the guy. No, come on. You gotta expect a little bit more, Joseph. You can't 40% passing. Like, you gotta be a little bit cleaner. You gotta be. I'm not expecting, like, again, this passing percentage doesn't really matter too much, especially when you're chasing the game. I'm not gonna be like saying, "Oh, hey, you gotta come on and complete every single pass, or every touch has to be spot on." But come on, man. You gotta. The level's gotta be a bit higher. Lab Grill. I mean, I've seen very recent ones on the Mancini after the Euros. I saw some very, very low. I mean, North Macedonia, we went out of those guys. We didn't make it to the World Cup because of that performance. I remember very recent performances that were even worse. Today was actually the Spain one was really bad, really, really bad, really, really bad. But today's was much improved. Of course, yes, Croatia maybe not as good as Spain. We know that. But you could just see it, like there was a little bit more. The pressing was better. And the 3-5-2, I hope Spalletti just sticks with this now. I hope he just really sticks with it, yeah. And I want to see more of Fagioli. Decent corner now, not today. Not today. Hey, Ola Rossonero. Oh, man. Ola Rossonero, now that things get serious, maybe we only do it once, but we definitely want to get you on for the post-Switzerland game. You and Dom, if possible, from Napoli Talk, as I said. These group stage games, I'm okay just doing it myself. But once we get through, the serious points, I wanna start getting you guys on, like I said I would in the past. Yeah, Di Lorenzo, please. I mean, even after the Spain game, I didn't want to see him, but now surely, Spalletti, you gotta just come on. Everyone's overreacting now with this whole Spalletti thing. Yes, it's not been good until now, but you can see the raw material that we have to work with isn't too great. But Spalletti isn't making it easier for himself with his decisions. Yeah, Chiesa got given man of the match in the first one, so we got to give him that. He was, although it was Barella really, but he was given man of the match officially in that first one because he was good against Albania. But then, yeah, against Spain and today, very confusionary, very, in Italian they will say like fumoso, like he comes on, he does, he moves around and does like, a lot, but nothing really comes out of it. And then he's got this habit of always like, throwing his hands around, a little bit like Barella, but yeah, he's good. He's definitely like I'm happy that at least he was called up. We definitely need someone like Chiesa to come on, but he needs to improve his decision making and his final product. But I don't know where he fits in with 3-5-2. I know some people say put Chiesa up front in 3-5-2, but he doesn't like it. He doesn't like playing that position. Allegri has tried to play Chiesa all season and last season in a 3-5-2 up front, but he doesn't like it. He doesn't like being central. He just wants to be out on the wings. So if you play a 3-5-2 with Chiesa, you're basically playing like a 3-6-1 or a 3-5-1-1 because he's not going to be in and around the striker. He's going to be roaming all over the place. So yeah, he's either in a 3-5-2, either he plays as a wing back, left wing back or right wing back. But is he really going to play that? Especially from the beginning, Spalletti's not going to trust him to be a wing back from the beginning of it. Like today, coming on as a substitute, yeah, it's fine. If you're chasing a game, you're just desperate, so it doesn't matter. But from the start of a game, I don't really see it happening. Yes, Udogie is a big miss. He's a very, very big miss. I personally would have even started him ahead of DiMarco just because of his athleticism and his ability to kind of invert. He's very comfortable on the ball. He gives us, a bit of something different on that side, especially with DiMarco's current form. He would have been really, really good to have Udogie. So that his injury happened just in the last few weeks of literally the week before the Euro team was supposed to be called up. Udogie, I think, really big shame. I think he would have been an important part of the squad. Joseph says my beef with Spalletti is when he talks about playing beautiful ball rather than figuring out how the best. Yeah. His posts. I wish I did a video on it. I wanted to do a video on it. So Spalletti's post-Spain press conference was really, really disappointing because all he talked about was not about changing anything, not that we did anything wrong. It was about no. I mean, in one sense, I understand him. He's talking about building for the 2026 World Cup because we have to see also this. We know, guys, we're not favorites for this tournament. First of all, we need to make it to the World Cup. And, as a 3-4 year, he's got like a 2-year, 3-year contract till the World Cup. So we got to see it as that project of going into that 2026 World Cup. So I see it in that sense that he's trying to build something towards that as well. It's not just about thinking about this tournament right now. But at the same time, he said that basically they tried to out Spain with, a Jorginho who's not in his prime, with obviously a good Barella, but then Frattesi in there, Cristante coming on. You're not going to out Spain like that. You got to revert to what you know. You got to revert to what these players know, which is the 3-5-2. Majority of these players play in Italy and they play in 3 defender formations. And it just makes sense to a lot of these players. Yes, you might not dominate possession. Yes, you might not play beautiful football. But it's just the formation that suits this team. And you can see even, in some parts, Croatia did dominate us, but you can see the players, especially that first half, the players look much more comfortable in this formation. The only issue is, because he didn't if you're trying to play on the transition, you need like pace, on the transition, which is a similar problem Croatia had. Like Croatia, Kramaric, Pastelic, and Sucic was their front 3 today. Like who's gonna run in behind? No one. So it was easy game for Bastoni and Calafiori and Darmian in terms of that. But then they just dominate the possession, and then we don't have that athleticism to go and press them. So Spalletti just needs to realize this team is just not really made for that. Whereas at least Mancini, he also tried to do this, but at least he had Verratti in there, Jorginho in his peak, Barella coming up to his peak, and peak Verratti. That midfield trio can carry you. This midfield trio, we only got Barella right now, who's in good form. Everyone else, Jorginho's on decline. Pellegrini, he plays in a slightly different role for Roma, more advanced. Frattesi, technically, we can't even discuss that guy. So you can't. This team is not made for that type of football. He just needs to realize that. And I hope he has. I hope today's game is what, we just go forward with the 3-5-2. Just think about, I know he's trying to build for that World Cup, but just think about this tournament for now. Hey, Anthony in the house. What's up, bro? Oh my God. Inter give us enough heart attacks. Well, not this season, but in general. So this Italy team, shout out to the Australians. If you woke up at 5 a.m. this morning to watch that game, your heart's racing already at the start of this day. Crazy. Pafundi, the only true number 10. Yeah, I mean, maybe. We'll see. I mean, that guy barely gets to play. But we'll see. Let's have a quick look at the bracket, the future bracket for us. So it is, as I mentioned on the last stream, it is going to be most likely Switzerland. No, not most likely. It is Switzerland. It's confirmed, which is great news. It was this close for it to being Germany, and that was like going to be the end of our Euros, even though kind of have a good, history with Germany. But Germany, Füllkrug scoring in the last few minutes saved our ass, because now it is Switzerland. Not that, again, I'm not underestimating Switzerland, but again, Germany are one of the favorites for this tournament. So if you end up facing Germany at the round of 16, that's not good. Switzerland, not to be underestimated, but I would rank them at a similar level to this Croatia team. and they don't have, Xhaka's amazing in midfield, and they got some of those Bologna boys, Abisha and Doye, who have been linked to, by the way. Obviously Akanji, Zoma, our boy. Good team, but nothing crazy. A team that, in theory, we should be able to handle, but of course it's not going to be easy. And then after that is most likely to be England. So potentially a replay of Italy-England Euros final on the 6th of July if things go well. But we don't have a good history against Switzerland. Of course, they are also one of the reasons why we didn't make it to the World Cup. Jorginho against Zoma. We got Calabrians in the house. Do we have any Calabrians in this Italian team? I don't think so. I don't think anyone's from Calabria. Shout out to you anyway. If you weren't hating, you would accept a reasonable explanation. You just hating. Oh, I guess you guys are having some sort of conversation in the chat. Don't look behind. No, I am not. I'm just saying in general, like, that potential matchup is right there, because England are going to face the third place team from somewhere. So, I'm not looking ahead at all for sure. But I'm being realistic, and the group has ended up exactly as I predicted. This is what I predicted, and not many people thought that this was going to be. A lot of people predicted Italy to finish third or even fourth. I've even seen predictions of people predicting Italy to finish fourth, but we finished second, and that's what I predicted at the beginning. Not that I've got most of my predictions right yet. Well, actually, not too many that bad. It was some of them I just tried to be edgy. But yeah, finishing second, and that's all you can ask for. As I said, yes, that the Spain loss was embarrassing. Actually, only 1-0. It could have been a lot more embarrassing, and it was bad performance. But this is exactly what I expected and could ask of this Italian team. If they finished first, I would have been very surprised. So second, with 0 goal difference, decent. It's decent, and we still would have qualified even if we did lose. I think we still would have just about sneaked through on being one of the best third place teams still. So again, you just gotta be realistic. The expectations are not too high of this Italian team. We've now qualified past the group stage, and my expectations was quarterfinals. That's what I said. I said quarterfinals, maybe semi-final max, depending on how lucky we get with the draw. And that's all I can expect from this Italian team. And to be fair, that's kind of what I expected last Euros as well. Maybe I underestimated that team that time. Yeah, but now on Fahim, like, if it's the 3-5-2, if it's the 3-5-2, then there's no room for wingers like that. So it's going to be choosing between the front two, like Raspadori, Retegui, or Scamacca. Also frustrating that we struggle to beat Spain's press. Yeah, we don't really have, but that's the thing. Spalletti's not had this team long, guys. Like, we gotta say that as well. Like, international football is difficult for coaches. You don't get that much time to coach. You don't get your team. You don't get much time to coach patterns of play and things like that. Like, if Spalletti was given 2 or 3 weeks of like a proper pre-season, I can tell you that the Sicily team would have much better patterns of play and be able to play out from the back, especially with the quality we have with like Calafiori, Bastoni, etc. But at the moment, yeah, there's not really. I don't really know what the identity of this team is. But I don't think you need one. I don't think in international football you really need one. Like, what's really, what's France's identity, England's identity, when they play, they've been getting to finals, semi-finals. You just kind of just need to defend well, and then on the other side, you just got to hope your strikers do the job. Or in Italy's case, hope Bastoni does his job. Who do you think will replace? Oh, yeah, Calafiori's out for the next game. Good question, Hamdan. I think hopefully Buongiorno. Buongiorno's even played a minute. Alessandro Buongiorno. He would have been one of my starters potentially. Anyway, so I think Buongiorno. he obviously won't be as good on the ball as Calafiori. He won't be able to do what Calafiori did today in terms of the assist he did. But Buongiorno next to Bastoni and hopefully not Di Lorenzo. That's a very solid trio. Very, very solid trio. Most people talking to you are not even Italian. Okay, but I don't know what's going on in the chat. I'm missing it. We have Italy as winners. What the hell? Eduardo, you're smoking some good stuff out there in Colombia. The good Cali. The good, Pablo Escobar's finest. It took Calafiori to be midfielder to finally get the goal. Hey, check out Michael Talks Football as well, guys. Make sure you check him out. He's doing a lot of content. He's a beast, man. He's an absolute beast when it comes to content creation, especially these Euros. He's killing it. I think he's doing like live streams for almost every game. But yeah, no, it says a lot. It says a lot, doesn't it? They took Calafiori to do that type of run through the middle to create it. But yeah, that's just how we are at the moment. It's just the level of Italy at the moment. What can we say, Michael? What can we say? No one can blame Spalletti as the early in the cycle. Yeah. Again, you gotta rate Spalletti. Like you gotta. Now we've qualified through the group stage, so we've done like the bare minimum. But you gotta judge him over this 2-3 year cycle. You gotta judge him Euros and then the World Cup, or qualify to the World Cup. Please, we cannot have a whole generation of young Italians not witnessing the Italian national team or the World Cup. So qualify first, and then judge him on Euros and World Cup. But at the moment, yeah, it's been a bit of mixed bag. Especially, I bigged up Spalletti going into this tournament. I said, he's one of the best coaches in this tournament. I put him up there with Nagelsmann, Deschamps, as one of the top 3 coaches in this tournament. I still think that, but at the moment, he's showing some of those Italian stubborn coach traits, like sticking with Di Lorenzo, trying to stick with this 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1 that becomes a hybrid. But hopefully today, now no more the hybrid, just stick with the 3-5-2. And yeah. Oh, come on. You can't put Ventura in that, not, bro. Like, that's just disrespectful. Ventura is one of the worst coaches ever for the Italian national team. We didn't even get to the Euros with Ventura. But yeah, I'm happy, guys. Man of the match. Who's the man of the match, guys? Not really too much to pick out. Let's see. Sofa score. Who did they give it to? Barella here, but according to Sofa score. Donnarumma. Yeah, actually, probably, gotta give it to Donnarumma easily. I completely forgot Donnarumma. Penalty save. That long-range shot from Sucic. Really good save. The first save from like the chance where they scored from. So yeah, Donnarumma easily. Easily. Let's see, have a look quickly at the average positions. Oh my god, what a cluster F. So yeah, you can see, who's this? Jorginho. Geez, what is Darmian? Is like very central. Interesting. Barella, Raspadori, Retegui. Yeah, Pellegrini it was almost like a 3-4-2-1. Like here, when it almost shows as Pellegrini being, in line with or just behind Retegui and Raspadori. But it was fluid at times, but not really. But it still looked a lot better than the 4-3-3. It looked a lot better than the 4-3-3. Yeah, the problem with the 3-4-3, bro, it's kind of like, today it was kind of like that with when you play Pellegrini in a 3 centimeters, he's always going to be given that license to roam, and it almost is like a 3-4-3 when you're attacking. But when you're defending, you can't have a 3-4-3 because then you're just going to be, especially in midfield like Croatia, you're going to be outnumbered very easily. And I don't know why Darmian was left on for that long, especially as a left wing back. That was really, this is where we see some of those decisions from Spalletti that we as Inter fans remember, maybe Napoli fans know about. Like, what's the point of keeping on Darmian as an attacking left wing back when we're chasing a goal? Like, then you just need to bring on Cambiaso. That was really weird. Really, really odd decision. But anyway, we move. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed that. 75 people. Please leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll preview that Switzerland game. And this journey for the Azzurri goes on just about. Ciao ragazzi, Forza Azzurri, Forza Italia. Ciao.